Okie dokie. So, good evening, good day, good morning to anybody that's watching this. We've talked about it, Danik and everybody, and we've got a new name for this program, this interview. It's called Gunpla Insiders. So that's what we want to do. We want to kind of get inside some of the minds of the people, the builders. You know, we see their builds and we love that stuff. But you know, who's the guy behind the rock star that goes home and takes the hat off and sits down in the hotel room and says, "Wow, what a big day." The rock star today is Lance. I think anybody in Australia, anybody who does Gunpla, probably like from here, between here and Venus, knows who Lance is. Lance has had some pretty good success at GBWC, but not only that, Lance absolutely loves Gunpla. He loves a whole bunch of mech stuff. He loves a whole bunch of toys. He's just a prolific collector. Lance is also a owner and manager of RoboCity, one of the I'll let Lance tell the story. So come on in, buddy. How you doing, Lance?
Hi. How's everybody been?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. You're here now. So I've sort of opened the floor up there for you a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, you collect a lot of stuff, mate. A lot of stuff. I've got here. You've got figures, toys, lots of Transformers, masterpieces, Macross, Oakley sunglasses, the X-Metal specific, and watches. And yep. So you're 42, you live in Sydney, you're a graphic designer. As I said, you're a big part of RoboCity. So maybe just give us a bit of a fill-in on, I guess, how you grew up and I guess, why it is you think that you really took to Transformers and Gunpla and things like that. Because we've all got our reasons. I mean, I didn't have a lot of toys when I was a kid, and I think now I'm an adult, I've got the money, boom, I'm all over it. So what's your excuse, mate?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I grew up in Australia in the 80s. So, yeah, I grew up with Transformers, with Robotech and all that, which becomes, Macross now.
Yeah.
And that made a big impression on me, and like because we came to Australia then, so we didn't really have much money, and like I always wanted all the toys and all that, so so now that I actually have disposable money and income, start collecting them. Yeah.
It was a good era, wasn't it? Like I can distinctly recall Transformers as a cartoon, and my brother and I just, I envy my child at the moment. My daughter can disappear into a world of unicorns, but there must have been something about Transformers, because I think most people would, probably around our age, anywhere between sort of 30 and 45, would have to say that Transformers was the beginning of the end for us. It was destiny that we were going to end up, in this kind of hobby, eh? So tell us a bit about your Macross. It seems that Macross, there must have been a bit of a tussle there between Macross and Transformers, and then Gunpla. Like you somehow managed to balance all of this. Tell us a bit about your Macross stuff. What really grabbed you there?
Yep. Because I always liked the anime of the Macross, and then like and most of the actual the figures and all that, they are all plane specific, and I really like all the fighter planes, and and like it's really technical how they look really nice, like in plane mode and then in robot mode and all that as well.
Yeah. I've got some photos there at one of your galleries. We'll have a look at in a bit. And there's an F-14 Tomcat that you've done. That's just I mean the Tomcat. I mean you grew up in the era of Top Gun as well, right? So
yeah, that's right.
the Tomcat was the thing. It's one of those 80s things. Transformers, Tomcats, Top Gun. Like you had to end up in this place where you are right now. So you're also the head of the Macross Australia Club Facebook group. So does it take up much of your time, and how would you compare that to sort of the I guess the Gunpla crowd within Australia? And tell us about that.
Because they're like in Australia, the Macross is still very, very small. And also there's like a big argument with people liking Macross and Robotech.
Oh no!
Yeah,
don't call them Transformers, right? That's the
yeah, and that stuff. And but like in Australia, we never got introduced to Macross. You know, we always was Robotech, right? And then yeah, and then so a lot of people, you know, now that we mentioned Macross, like a lot of Australians, they don't really know what Macross is. Where if you say Robotech, they know, but there's the purist side whereas you know like when you say Macross, it's like a taboo thing with all the Macross people. Yeah, because
right. Yeah, I can imagine. I think I don't think I ever really saw any Macross until like when I was much younger. Actually, for a little while, we lived over in New Farm in Brisbane. It's not all that far from where I am, and the Valkyrie. Like I must have had about 3 or 4 typical plastic model kits covered in glue. You know, probably around the sort of 6 to 8 inches high. So it was always there. But again, Transformers just had that. It was just so dominating in that era where you know there's Transformers and G.I. Joe, and they were just hustling it out for our little crazy minds and stuff. And it wasn't until I think maybe only about 10 years ago. There's a Macross series, and it was it's dubbed, but it was I think it's like two having combat over an island, and one of them crashes on the island, and the island's like very primitive, and they're like, we don't want him here. The whole kind of Wonder Woman story thing, and that's about it. Apart from that bit of Mech Warrior, you know. So you're right. I was open ears and open eyes, but I never saw it. So we might just touch on I guess, because I don't want to go about too much, because I know you've spoke to the other guys about RoboCity. It's like, you know, the reality of the community and how much can be bought and sold, and you know, you work with the people that bring it in and stuff like that. So what convinced you that RoboCity was something that you could really give it a good crack, apart from the fact that you could get all the models you wanted for yourself? Yeah, that's obvious.
Because I actually doing it with my partner Mike. And like we both love it. You get what I mean? So we at first we did it as a hobby, and then we tried to get our own kits and all that. So and then so it just sort of grew from there. And like, you know, we actually have meetups around here with all the local guys, and then like they actually needed kits, so we try to get that for them, you know, like all the specialized ones, and like, all the tools and all that as well. So
you started running kits, and you thought, we got to start doing this legally, and got an ABN, and before you know it, right. So do you have plans?
Like I said, like we actually enjoy doing it. You get it, mate? So everything, it actually grew from there, because almost every kit that comes out, I actually want. So we always like keep ordering it anyway, between us. So you might as well like just order more and shift it off. So.
Cool. Hey, I want to ask you something. Up behind you, up on the very, very top shelf, what is that up on the what's that up the top there?
That is the camo tumbler from Batman. Yeah, that's the 1 to 6 figure Hot Toys tumbler.
Oh man, I thought it was a go-kart or something. It's huge.
Yeah. So
like a shield or something on the wall.
Big one. On that side, that's a real life Frostmaw.
Oh, wowzers.
From World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah, and that thing weighs like 20 kilos. It's a proper one, a proper size.
Yeah, right. That's not the one you keep beside your bed in case you get intruders. Not pulling that one in a hurry. Yeah, cool. All right, well, look, we might we'll talk about your builds, because I guess that's how most people were going to identify you up until now. Now they know who you are. One more thing. On your listed collections, you've got masterpieces. Yep.
That's my Transformer collection.
Oh, right. It's like a line of Transformers.
Yeah, because they are the most accurate to the Gen 1 cartoon. Yeah,
right.
so yeah, so most of them,
Cool.
yeah, and like they are specifically for collectors, so they are more a high end sort of price range.
Yeah, sure, cool. Hey, I might just get you to swivel your laptop a tiny bit again for me, if that's all right. You just you're leaning a bit. Just a that's it, plenty. Perfect.
Right,
Thanks,
cool.
man. All right. Well, look, I'm gonna try the sharing, and we'll go through a few of the kits that you've done, some of the key kits of your, let's call it, modelling career. How long have you been modelling for?
Well, I did it on and off, but but like to get when I did it seriously was around 2011, I think.
Yeah, right.
12.
Can you see my folders there?
Yep, that's right.
Yep. Okay, cool. So everybody else can, I imagine. All right, so we'll go to this one. You pointed a couple key ones out. We'll have a look at a bit of a gallery afterwards. But this so this Sunstorm, tell us a little bit about this guy here.
Yeah, this is one of my first customs that I did in a clear. He is a clear Starscream masterpiece.
Right.
And and it's one of the first ones when I first started, right? So I sort of like didn't know what to do, so I was looking for tutorials and all that, and one of them said that to actually try to to take out the color of plastic and all that, you have to dip it in alcohol, which you shouldn't, because this is a clear. Like a clear plastic, and if you if you put it in alcohol, it starts cracking. So he fully started cracking. So most of him is all super glued together.
Oh wow! Someone gave you some pretty dumb advice there. Hey?
Yeah, I know. Because back then, they there wasn't much tutorials and all that at all.
Yeah. Man, you were showing them how to do it. By the looks of it. So is the what year would this kit have come out?
This one was, I think, 2010.
Right, and this is more of a toy figure than a kit. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is an actual figure. It's an actual toy. So
yeah, right. And are the a clear Transformer masterpieces, are they as sought after as the clear Gundam? Is there a specialness about them? I imagine there is, but are they as precious?
Yeah, because it was actually a special release,
right?
But the clear one didn't really sell well, so he was actually pretty cheap.
Oh, okay, nice work.
Yeah,
nice work.
For that reason.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have a look at probably see this one here, the Wing Gundam. So yeah, like
this was the this is the first Gundam that I actually did because I was pretty busy, and like I never really had the time to actually put a Gundam together and like paint it and all that. And this was done for the Wing It challenge. So this one gave me an excuse, to actually buy a kit and build it up and then paint it and full works on it. Yeah, so this was for the Gundam Build Australia Wing It challenge. Yeah,
this is the same comp that James Denise kind of got his. He caught the bug out, I think.
Yeah,
so he's got one standing there in the gravel with the LEDs, and it's got the crap kicked out of it, sort of thing. So man, something happened at that comp. Hey, got you two guys pretty fired up.
Yeah, because the actual the Gundam wing looks awesome. You get it, mate. So yeah, and to that I actually won it with this one. So and you're saying like I didn't have much time. I just kind of bashed it together. I mean that's pretty amazing, And then you took this kit a little further. Is that correct? Yeah, and then the GBWC that year was coming up, but like I didn't really have time to do anything else. And then Scott Taylor told me, I asked him, could I enter this one again? Yeah, and then he said, you should. And then I entered this one with a base. Like I actually did a base for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that year I actually came second. for it. So I got the silver trophy for that one.
Oh, nice. Good year, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, and then after that. That one really got me hooked onto it, and like that's when I actually met the whole community, and they supported you, and yeah, and to actually go to GBWC it's just like a different feeling altogether.
Yeah, and so I'll just go back to that. I think from that, do you think you got competitive? Was it a competition? I mean, you're a graphic artist, so you're always trying to sort of do what appeases the eye and stuff like that. So, as a person, we'll move on to what was next? Probably the Trans Am then.
Yeah, for me, I liked it before what James said. Like you actually have to do something that you're passionate about. Yeah, man. So, yeah, and do something that you actually will have fun.
Yeah. Something that James said, and I think it really means a lot to me, is like, if the internet goes down, what is your hobby going to do for you, sort of thing, and that's proof that you love it, because you just you get into it. And it's that old adage where people say, "Oh, do something you love and you'll never work a day," and like. It sounds like you've sort of nailed it. So good on you. You're living the dream. We'll have a bit of a chat about the Trans Am. I mean, for someone like me that just sort of snaps kits and throws a bit of gunk on and some clear coats, and the water slides are fantastic. Like this sort of stuff to me, just I don't know, man. I don't know what you're doing. You're from another planet. You really are. There's obviously guys out there that can look at this and they can see the levels of whatever it is you're doing, but I guess for someone who sees this and I honestly look at this and I say I couldn't do that, I couldn't do it, and you're standing at the box and you're trying to encourage me. I mean, what sort of things do you say to, because you've been there and you've had guys sort of go, "Oh, mighty Lance, how the hell am I ever going to do that?" What do you say to people?
Well, just think of a cool idea first, right? And then you actually work backwards from there. It's sort of like, oh, okay, I want to achieve this awesome look. Yeah. So how do you go about achieving it? You get what I mean? Yeah. Because for me, I'm a very good graphical person, so I will see the actual end, the end result. So you basically have to work backwards. So how do you actually achieve that? So you sort of like take the first layer back, and so which kit do you need, and then which paint do you need, and then just break it down to all the basics. So
I got the same sort of response from James, although I think James is James is a skateboarder, so he has this. I think he has this kind of like this freestyle kind of like he's skating along. I think when James builds, it's a bit like he's skating. He does this and he sees a curb and he pops that, and he thinks I should probably go home now, but oh hell, let's go hit that over there and do this and that. But James being he's a draftsman, so again he's very visual, so he's given some plans, and he's got to turn that into an image that someone can see and understand. So you guys are going to have very similar approaches in that I know where I'm going, I'm going to get there, how do I get there? And I guess for a lot of us that are still building and don't kind of have that future sense, we're just kind of snapping it up. Like all my stuff, it sort of gets snapped, and I look at it and go, well, what if I slap that there and slap that there? So it is really good to see someone that can do such amazing stuff, but at the same time, you're still enjoying it. That's what's really important. There's too many hobbies, there's too many sports, and it's I've been in a number of hobbies where people, lots of RC planes, and I'm like, dude, just relax. It's just a toy plane. Let's just that's just a toy plane. Let's relax.
Some people get really serious about everything. You get it, man. And and that goes for every toy collection and fandom sort of thing. Everybody gets really into it, but yeah, they should learn to relax, because this is just a hobby, right? And or some people, you know, they go crazy about films and all, but it's just a film, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Star Wars peeps. Like, I grew up like you probably did. I went and saw like I saw Empire Strikes Back and the rest of them from at the drive-in, you know. And for me, I'm not a massive Star Wars, like, I wouldn't comment. I don't get dressed up as Obi-Wan for the premieres and the movies and stuff. But when the first one started coming back out, I wasn't disappointed. I was happy to just see more, you know, to get more before my time was done. And there's all those people going, oh, it's the wrong size blaster and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's just people that aren't going to be happy. Let's have a look at a few of your other kits there. I got to ask you, like, we're a week and a bit away. You can say nothing if you want, but how's it going?
Today I actually poured the resin and it went really badly. Like,
oh no!
Really badly. And like I actually messaged James. Oh, what's happening and all that, because I've mixed up because my concept this time is a resin cube. Like I told you and everybody that knows. Yeah,
we've seen the fish tank and we're just waiting to see what's the fish.
Yeah, well, I poured it in today, and I poured it on too thick, and so there's micro bubbles in there.
Right.
And they're supposed to evaporate out, but but it didn't.
Oh, no.
The problem is it's not clear at all. It's just it's all like, you know, bubbles, like micro bubbles everywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I found out that I poured it on too thick. You're only allowed to pour it on like 3 mils, 3 mils at a time, and let it set. That's maximum. But today I poured 20 mils.
Holy moly!
So that's why it wouldn't evaporate anything, you know. So yeah. So
is there a plan B? You're going to maybe just bring the wing zero back out or something?
No, because this is in a glass tank. If I'll have to smash it up, and plus it actually heats up. Well, so lucky I didn't chuck any of my kits in there.
All right.
So, but it actually went like hot to touch, like when we burnt your finger touching.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Like, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. It actually, like give out so much heat. So
yeah, well, James said he lost the kit, like it just melted his kit and he started from scratch. So
3 mils at a time. So that's going to take me like 3 days or something to have a 20 centimeter cube.
Wow.
Because you have to let it set for 3 to 5 hours between every layer.
Right, so you have to set your alarm clock to kind of wake up every 4.5 hours.
5 hours is up, okay, next layer.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep for 10 hours, man, because you'll miss like 2 pours.
Yeah, so whoever watches, they will see the bottom bit. It's all bubbly.
Oh, that's mental.
Yeah, and that's for rushing it and not experimenting and doing everything first. So yeah, that's the first layer. But it's okay because the actual scene that I'm doing is a quantum burst, and like he actually does that on the actual planet, like on the alien planet. So I was thinking of probably spraying that to make it look like the organic planet. So
Nice.
Hopefully it works out. See, it doesn't matter, man.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, I love it. We love when you guys just are totally open about everything. Let's have a look at that's crazy. So yeah, this is a Trans Am. So now we'll just sort of punch through these a bit, I guess. I don't want to take away from your amazing work, but so there's what, let me find a picture. It's what, 1, 2, 3 kits there?
Yeah, 3 kits. At first, originally, I actually wanted 5 kits together, and then but then because there's a 50 to 50 size restriction, so I actually made it up to 4 kits, but then I didn't really have the time, so I cut back a kit, so there's only 3 kits left.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because during that time, and plus, this like my original concept was that I actually wanted to incorporate the black light in it, so he will actually glow, because I specifically like sprayed him like fluorescent colors and all, so they will all glow up in black light.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like at first I actually did this the rock formation pretty different, but then like a few of my friends saw the prototype, like Mike and Emmanuel and all that. They came over and they said, "Nah, just don't do it. It looks so horrible." So and this was like 1 day away from the competition.
Oh no.
Yeah,
so good friends. At least they're honest, all right?
Yeah. So and then I was trying to defend myself. I was like, no, but it works. But then they said, nah, you just have to scrap it and do it again. So yeah, so that base took me like half a day's work.
Oh man, what do you make all your bases? That base there from? What do you make it from?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was from high density foam. So
yeah. Unreal. Yeah. So how many hours do you think you put into kind of getting these 3 guys the way you wanted them?
For the actual spray, probably around a week's work.
Oh, right. So every night after work, kind of plugging away.
Yeah, sort of thing. Because around 2 to 3 weeks. Almost, yeah, around there.
Right. And what are the clear pieces that you've got? Was it all 3 clear kits, or?
No. Only the first one was the clear kit, and the other 2 was a normal kit.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, cool. Right. What else we got here? The squeeze. I was going to go various, but what we might do is we might actually just look at this gallery I've got of yours. You can see all those, can you?
Yep. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this sort of really shows Lance, I think. This is the real Lance here. That's the F14 I was talking about. Let's get in a bit closer on that. Like I watched a video of Lincoln's today. He's doing all the pre-shading on his thing, and it's like doing the pre-shading on. I really noticed it on that because I've been watching his video. So this is a Macross model, is it?
Yeah, no, this isn't a Macross model. This is a normal F14, but I sort of made it into a Macross themed one.
Yeah.
Because from Macross Zero, because Macross Zero uses the F14 anyway, and I actually did this one as a commission for my friend. Yeah.
Oh, right. Magic.
Yeah, and that was the old kit that was like nasty, man.
Oh, really? I mean, we got a few guys in Brizzy. One dude, Brad Donnan, he's part of the admin of the Brisbane build group, and like he just loves Macross and stuff, and he sends me pictures, and like the detail on the panel lining and stuff is just it's right up there. It's definitely something I've just got this funny thing with scales. Like I kind of want to try and get stuff that's the same scale as my Gundam, but it's such an odd scale. But I'll work something out. What's this helmet? What did you do there?
I just put just the carbon fiber film on it instead of or the black paint. Yeah, because it actually came pretty rough painted. So
was this like a bought Macross kind of prop? Was it like a helmet? It wasn't something you knocked up.
Yeah, no, yeah. I actually bought that. That's an actual motorcycle helmet. So
yeah. Oh right, rad. Only in Japan. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll just kind of flick through here. There's your wing. This is pretty rad. This thing here. What is this from? This guy.
Yeah, it's from Marauders, it's a comic, and,
right.
yeah, and like they actually only released this one figure, and yeah, and I fully customized it with all the markings and all that to match the actual comic of it.
Yeah. So how did you do the markings?
I actually designed it out in Photoshop and then printed it out for the water slides. Yeah,
Oh,
so
really?
printed it. Yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah, and then just repainted it and did all the weathering and all that stuff for it.
Yeah, there's some more macros there, and
yeah,
nice clean one. Ryan would like that one.
Macross the First, so it's a slightly different like design, on it.
Yeah. So you can see that sort of short up. You can see where the legs start to sort of become more apparent and things like that.
Yeah. So
cool. Just with a bit of is that the same wing or is that a different one?
Yeah, no, that's the same wing, because it's actually painted in UV paint, so that's under blue light. Under light. Yeah, and it just glows up. See, for me, I like colourful stuff and UV stuff. So so it just glows. I love it.
And this is your brushwork here, is it?
Yeah, that's right. This is my when I first got my airbrush, and then so I did like a lot of tutorials on how to do realistic fire, and then that was one of my projects that I tried to do.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of transformers and stuff. Oh, these are these guys. So yeah, tell us a little bit about the flare ups here. We'll look at these guys a bit closer.
Yeah, well, because I at the time I was really into Transformers. So, and like Transformers, they have like the alternate what you call characters in the comics and all that use the same mold, So so I actually customized all my own. So
that's what it was originally on the left, and then
that's the original RC, and then that one's the flare up.
Right, and then here they are.
So this is my experiment in metallic candy and all that.
Yeah, wowzers. So how do they hold up paint wise? Because obviously you're transforming them. You probably don't do it as much as you would with an out of the box kind of figure, but
no, for Transformers it's like a different workflow. You need to sand down a lot because they actually transform. So like they like all of the parts that rubs and all that, you need to sand down. If not, then your paint will just scrape off, even if you put a clear coat on it and all that, because
because they really kind of snap back together, aren't they, into place and stuff.
So
cool. Lots more Transformers too. So with your work, with your graphic design, tell us a little bit about what sort of work you're doing. Like, are you working with a big digital screen and a lot of sort of digital pen, or are you kind of like doing target catalogs, or what's your daily grind?
Yep, I used to have a 3-monitor setup. And I usually do a lot of logos. Websites now, because they're actually coming in a lot more. I used to do a lot of business cards, but now they have all them templates. So I lost
just online, 300 for like $60 sort of thing.
And all that stuff.
Is there any big logos or anything that we'd probably know? Did you do the Target one maybe or something?
I usually do all the small businesses, not
right.
not of the corporate.
Yeah. What's this rifle here? Oh, it's a Nerf gun.
Yeah, it's a Nerf gun. I actually modified them in Nerf.
Holy cow!
I wouldn't. Well, I love to do Nerf guns and all that because that thing's massive, right? That
yeah.
It does something and it looks really cool in the cartridges. Nerf guns is cool, but to actually paint a Nerf gun, you have to sand it. And you have to sand it a lot, and because they are kids' toys, right? So they have a special coating on it that so it doesn't have fingerprints, like it doesn't like markers and all. It doesn't stick onto it. And so to actually paint it, you have to sand it a lot, and
like every square inch of it.
Yeah, and so you have to take it fully apart and sand it and keep sanding, man. And so I've never done a Nerf gun after that, man. That took me like 2-3 days of sanding.
Oh, that's pretty good, to be honest. Like
I just sanded like around 4 or 5 hours every day, man.
That's good. Look, I think what I'm sort of taking most from getting a chat with you here is just it's one thing that definitely comes up in GBA a lot is always try other things. Like this here is different to the other Transformer, and it's different to the car, and it's definitely what makes you guys that step above by branching out and getting your fingers messy with other things, other styles and other kits and other everything. If you just man cannot live on Gunpla alone. If you want to be a decent modeler, just within your own eyes.
Yeah, that's right. For me, I love to try new things, and to actually try the actual new method, you need an actual project to actually do it. You get it, mate. Instead of like doing an actual spoon and all that, it's boring. It's like
yeah.
Yeah, you don't really want to do a spoon, man.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so you rather just buy a fast kit to actually spray it, or something else, So for me, so everything that's like my next project, I actually want to try something different. Just to improve my skills, just to be a bit more fun, a bit more creative as well.
Especially like coming this time of year, like there's lots of guys. I've talked to a few guys about GBWC, and you message them, they're like, "Oh, it's cool, I'm loving it. Yeah, it's a whole week and blah blah blah." But deep down inside, down in the engine room, you guys are going to be like, "Oh goodness!" You're going to be getting a bit worked up and getting ready because it's big. I mean, it's it's a lot of effort. There's hours and hours and hours and hours, and there's so much pressure on yourselves and stuff, to sort of get it all done. So, like you said, you've got to accept that you're going to have to come back down and just get a Nerf gun and just spend 3 days sanding it, just to kind of take you away from that sort of stress. And even though you're still loving it, it's stressful. You're allowed to want to win. There's nothing wrong with that. It's everybody's very humble, but you're allowed to want to win. And the sooner you accept that, then the sooner you learn to go, all right, game off. Now I can have fun with some of my other stuff.
Yeah, that's right. For me, I like to watch movies. So I like most of the new movies that comes out. I go watch it. I actually play games and all that just to get your head out of it as well. Mate.
Where do you get the time? You got so much going on. You don't sleep, right?
Well, lately I've only been sleeping around 3 o'clock every day, just trying to finish everything, like spraying. I'm because the GBWC is on right now, and so it's crunch time. Mate. So you have to do it. And now with my resin, so it's like every 5 hours. So I think,
you might be sitting around playing a lot of Xbox, waiting for like the clock to tick down so you can go back in and put another 3 million. Like,
I know. What's 3 mils, right?
It'd be really rad if you had like some sort of camera you could have there for like the next 5 days, and it's constantly filming and then you can, because you'll know, right? Then you'll see and you'll see you come running in and tip a little bit in and get, and then run away, and then you come back in, you know, sort of thing. But yeah, all right, cool. Look, I just I really appreciate your time. It's really great to actually meet you. I can't wait to meet you personally in Sydney and just walk around and just see all the amazing stuff that's going to be there.
Like, yes, like some of the builds that people put up, you get, man, like James's one, like with the amazing detail, and then there's Josh one with all his mods, like that's crazy, you know.
Crazy. He's like, it's only a 144, and I'm like, yeah, but it's got the detail of a 160. Like it's there's just stuff all over it. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and plus, like I'm in contact with Kieran, which is last year's winner as well. Yeah, and like he's trying to finish his one as well, so he's doing a big diorama, like everything scratch built himself. So yeah, so that should be looking good as well. Yeah, and some of the other ones, wow, and yeah, and there's going to be a few wild cards out there, so you know that always surprises everybody. So, yeah.
And I guess there's also, you know, what's on the judges' minds as well. I mean, sometimes it's a debate, but you know, it's their prerogative to kind of look at it and go, we like that or we like this. So I guess that's always a factor. You know, when it comes to any form of art, you know, you have the art awards and book awards and everything every year. Doesn't matter who wins it. There's always going to be a controversy because there's going to be people going, "Oh, I thought that portrait was better. I thought that portrait was better." It's like, yeah, but he's the judge. She's the judge.
Yeah, that's right.
He called the ball out, and that's the end of the game. You know, so I guess just once you accept that, you won't get frustrated. I guess.
Yeah, that's why every year I actually try to do something different. You know, man. Yeah. That's why this year I'm doing totally. Like last year's one, I did like the anime sort of comic look. So
let's just have a quick look at that. Keep talking, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually did that style. So yeah, that was fun for me. So
yeah, this is just a little bit mental, to be honest. Anybody that sees it just goes.
And I've I wanted to be made it really glossy, so I stand. Oh mate, that like I literally sand around 50 hours worth of fine sanding to make it really polished.
Yeah. So on the shoulders there, let me just see if I can go back. I just want to look. So just there on the shoulder, like, is that shine from the light, or have you?
Yeah, I actually painted that in.
So it's sort of like cell painting the way some. Yeah, cool.
I actually tried to incorporate, like, there was shading, there was false, false lighting and all that, and switching as well.
But it's all about illusion, isn't it? Like, you know, like it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter about the lighting. It's all like once you look at it, your mind just kind of locks on and says, "What's going on here?" And if you say, "This is what's going on," the mind goes, "Oh wow, that's rad. That's rad." All the pages. What's that all actually made of?
That's watercolor pages, and then I just got a laser printer and then printed it, and then I aged it with tea and airbrushed it and everything as well.
And that's the specs of the mech there.
Yeah, of the mech, and
look at that
design of it and all that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. It's those little bits of detail that just set things above and beyond. You know, it's crazy. That like I said last year, that was like my total different concept of it. Like that was the first time I actually did that kind of style. Yeah, and then this year now I'm trying to do the resin. So yeah, nobody really suspended a Gundam in a resin yet. People worked to like made scenes. Yeah.
but nobody actually suspended fully, sort of like armor separation.
Oh, is that what's going? It's not just oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, the armor is going to be separate because he does a full quantum burst, so his armor flies apart.
Oh right.
So that's why it's actually suspended in the resin.
How do you get the pieces to stay where you want them to stay whilst you're pouring resin in?
Yeah, that's the thing I have to work out.
Oh man.
Wow. People said I pour on top and string them and then hold them in place.
Oh yeah, and just pour 3 mil at a time. Yeah, once you sort of get a bit of them under, they'll be suspended, and then you can work around them.
Yeah, so
that's mental.
I'm to suspend that, and then I'm gonna paint special effects in it, and I actually got glitter, and glitter gets everywhere.
Yeah, I've got a 6-year-old daughter. I often am at work and someone's like, "You've been out partying again?" Because I got like glitter on my face and stuff.
Yeah, I got that, and then I'm gonna incorporate a black light into my base as well. So I need to build a base with all the LED black lights shining in, and hopefully that work.
Oh man!
In this week, because we only got like another week exactly.
Yeah.
should hopefully all come together. So now that I worked out the resin, well, hopefully I worked it out because 3
mil. You know what not to do.
Yeah, not 20 centimeters. Because I tried to rush it, you get what I mean? But it didn't work. So
you've made a plan. Adapt and overcome. Well, look, I'm not going to take up any more of your time because you're going to go do stuff, build bases and hang bits and all sorts of stuff. So look,
perfect.
Look, I wish you all the best of luck. And like, you got the skills. It's not about luck, but man, I really hope it all comes together for you. Sydney's going to be fantastic. It's my first. I'm a total noob. I'm just like, have no idea how awesome it's probably going to be. At least with all your lack of sleep, you're training for the after party and the after party, because by the time you get there, you'll be like, I don't need sleep. I just need some of the barbecue and stuff. So you're good to go. You're in training. I think it's going to be a really great time for anybody that's not been before, and there's probably going to be a few of us. We'll be the ones in the corner just going, what the hell? What the hell? So look, mate, thanks so much for your time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, taking time out from all your building and everything like that. And I wish you all the best.
Thanks a lot, man.
We all do. We all do. It'd be great to see another. We've got to get an Aussie over there, and we're going to keep peppering away until finally we show them, we can do it. So, mate, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, Lance. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Bye.